Right, hey y'all, I'm still at the airport. Probably won't leave in about an hour or so.
This is what I'm saying. Like some of y'all
I'm
predictions
still
sound like y'all
stuck here,
predictions.
y'all. Since last month. So this topic we dealing with is missing and exploited children. Since I'm at the airport, I might as well just go live. This is part two.
Ain't no way it's some Shake Shack in here.
I didn't see a Shake Shack. I didn't see a Shake Shack.
Oh, it's not a Shake Shack? A Shake Shack?
Oh no, we about to load up.
Yeah, but damn, they got a
We about
Shake
to
Shack
load
in
up.
here?
But anyway, this article came out a while ago.
I ain't
Claims that more than 300,000 migrant children are missing. Some of them have passed away, some of them are used as labor, and some of them have been human trafficked. And this is so sad. And I don't know why when I did the first video on missing and migrant children, why, like it only got 11 views. Nobody cares about what's going on with the children.
Oh my God. No, we ain't got that. That shit nasty.
Republicans, including former President Trump, have recently claimed that hundreds of thousands of migrant children who cross the U.S.-Mexico border unaccompanied are missing, then criticized the border policies of the Biden administration and Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris. Ohio J.D. Vance repeated the claim. We have 320,000 children that the Department of Homeland Security has lost. Now, according to Tom Homan, they rescued 102 children so far, and some of them have been sex trafficked. He said as he met Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz, dumbass, he is awful, in what is likely the last debate of the 2024 presidential campaign. But immigration experts say the claims about missing migrant children
That shit was overrated. Yes, that shit was overrated.
has not been discussed accordingly. Here are some facts. The Biden administration has lost more than 300,000 unaccompanied migrant children. This claim misrepresents the situation in the August published by Department of Homeland Security Inspector General, which faulted Immigration and Customs Enforcement for failing to consistently monitor the location and status of unaccompanied migrant children since they are released from federal government custody. Once you find sponsors for them, you get one phone call, and that's it. That's it. You don't know what's going on, and you don't know if these sponsors are really sponsors or human traffickers. The report noted that 291,000 unaccompanied migrant children had not, as of May 2024, received a notice to appear in court. Additionally, more than 32,000 unaccompanied migrant children got a notice to appear, but then failed to show up for immigration court hearings. These figures came from ICE and covered a period from October 2018 to September 2023. During that period, there were a total of 448,820 unaccompanied children released by ICE to the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Refugee and Resettlement. But experts say it is a stretch to refer to roughly 300,000 children as lost or missing. This is not a missing kids problem, it's a missing paperwork problem. Jonathan Breer, Associate Director of Research, said. Plus, Biden only entered the White House partway through this period. It includes a process 15 months when Trump was president and does not specify how many children arrived in the U.S. under each president. Under Trump in 2016, the border was closed as well. Experts say there are many reasons why the children might not have appeared for hearings or received a notice to appear. For example, they only get a notice to appear when removal proceedings against them have begun, and if ICE hasn't started that removal process, they wouldn't have gotten a notice to appear. A lack of communication between government agencies could mean a notice is sent to the wrong addresses. Right, because y'all don't keep track of the children. Once you give them to a sponsor, make one phone call, that's it.
That's crazy. You might as well have gone through a whole vodka bottle.
All of these factors can explain some of the deficiencies and conclusion that the children are missing could very be premature, said Paul Rento, Deputy Legal Director for Transparency of the American Immigration Council. Carmen Hills, an ICE spokesman, said the agency agreed with Inspector General's recommendations to improve information sharing within ICE and with Department of Homeland Security, but disagreed with the suggestions that the children are missing.
Nah, I've been on like 3 flights. I ain't even get offered a cup. A cup.
Oh, D Rose, you got a question? What's your question?
Oh no, we walking right past this.
I don't know, D Rose. Hey, Marquis. Hey, y'all. Hey, Little Games. Thank you, Little Games. I appreciate it. I'm still at the airport, almost 24 hours. We about to leave in about an hour. We are concerned that the report's findings are misleading and may be misconstrued because they fail to acknowledge key facts. Hill said ICE does not generally issue court notices to unaccompanied children until after they have been placed with sponsors, which is what I just said, who have been vetted by Homeland Security so that they can get settled and seek legal help. Representative for HHS and Vance did not respond to requests for comment from the Associated Press. An unaccompanied migrant child is defined by the U.S. government as someone who is under 18, lacks lawful immigration status, and has no parent or guardian in the country to take custody of them. When they are apprehended by Department of Homeland Security, they look for sponsors for them to keep them.
I was so mad my first flight.
They are then placed in the least restrictive setting that is in the best interest of the child. That can mean shelters, foster care, or residential treat centers. Among other options, if possible, children are released to sponsors when family members cannot care for them. Removal proceedings may be initiated by ICE and Department of Justice. Some children are able to stay in the U.S. legally if they qualify for asylum. Special visas for victims of abuse, trafficking, and other crimes or other types of immigration relief. In those cases, removal proceedings may never start. Wow.
All right, so how
Okay, this is another article. Let me see.
From where you stay to like Baltimore.
Representative Michael Cloud is demanding a response from Immigration and Customs regarding a report that 300,000 missing migrant children.
We got Greyhound.
Let me see.
We got Amtrak, we got Greyhound. Yeah, we got.
They're saying 32,000 more miss their court dates, with ICE unaware of their whereabouts.
Also, the trains is coming.
The Amtrak. Yeah, the Amtrak train comes.
Oh yeah.
In August, a whistleblower blamed the Biden administration for the problems with the system. Tara Rhodes, a federal employee with Department of Health and Human Services, told the New York Post that she would hand children over to sponsors who didn't have to be family members possibly open up the possibility of abuse by criminals, and that's a fact.
Oh, you talking about Travis Hunter and them? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah.
She said she handed children over to traffickers, members of transnational criminal organizations, bad actors, bad, bad, bad people. I know they did, because Byron was a Satanist and a pedophile. Reuters also said the Biden administration was responsible for stripping away the vetting process. So these sponsors weren't even vetted. You don't even know who they were.
Light rail, they got motorized scooters.
Man, I don't. Every time I see Colorado, I just be thinking it's snowing. It's supposed to snow.
Taxis,
Colorado?
Ubers,
But it's
everything.
much snow than Colorado though.
Yeah, it snows out here, but like, whenever y'all think it's like snowing, bro, like, it ain't that bad, bro. Like, inside Denver,
Okay, so let's get through some of these videos.
Surrounding it. So,
And high altitude too.
yeah, so the snow has to
Okay,
come
here
from
we
the
go.
mountains inside. You know what I'm saying? So it'll probably take it a couple months before it even comes inside. It'll be cold,
Right.
but you ain't getting no snow like that. Yeah.
Look at Buddha.
I'm gonna see if I can find like a picture from what you call it?
I'll say, at least as long as I've been alive, there hasn't been a trick or treat.
Oh shit, what's the problem?
Where?
In Michigan, like, hasn't had freezing rain or anything.
Fox News alert. Cops just busted up a gang of illegal immigrants in Minnesota. Caught kidnapping at least 3 girls off the street as young as 11. One of those girls says she was lured into a car by a stranger, then transported to a house where she was tied up, forced to drink alcohol, and raped. One girl untied herself and ran to police. Police showed up and arrested the leader of the squad, an American named Oscar Luna from Texas, who goes by the name Panda. Panda was charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and as for the 11 illegals who were also staying at the house, we're told Border and Customs showed up, scooped them up, and now they won't tell us anything. They're dodging our questions. And I dare the president to tell the parents of these little girls that the border's secure.
So let me just say this to you. I mean, some people might think I get a kick out of me saying that this is going to be worse than slavery.
What?
Yeah, crazy.
And you witnessed that?
My dad called me. He was watching it.
That's
I was
crazy.
hiding in the bathroom with my sword.
Right.
And every time the power went out, the tornado siren dipped down a little bit.
It's a specific reason.
I bet it was.
And I destroyed a couple farms.
That's when it snowed out here last year.
Oh, it ain't.
Let me see something.
Damn. I don't go back. I didn't know they had. They got that out there?
Nah, bro, that was some shit.
I was about to say.
I was tweaking, bro. I was on the run, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it. I brought a whole half P out here.
I was about
I
to
was
say.
smoking out that bitch for like 2 weeks. God, I'll be walking around 420 with a whole pound bag, nigga, just smoking out that bitch.
Oh, that's some shit I.
Oh man, I need to do this. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to be reckless. Especially when I was younger, bro. I ain't. Fuck. Slow it down, calm down a whole lot.
Okay, here we go.
Have you been on
Nah, not yet.
When did you find out Walter was a gang member and also a murderer?
On the news, Mr. Pass. On the news. And I cannot believe it.
Angela Studevant was stunned last week when she sat down Monday evening and turned on Fox 45 News.
I seen the young man and I recognized his face. I just kept on saying, I know this young man. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Walter.
Studevant, for 5 years, worked as a child care specialist at the Children's Home in Baltimore County. The Children's Home is a foster care group home that, according to its website, provides child Youth and Family Services to promote long-term well-being and success.
Yes.
During her time at the home, Studevant cared for hundreds of children, including Walter Martinez.
I think that was awful and despicable. That put me in the line of fire that I didn't even know that I was in.
On July 27th, 2022, Martinez killed 20-year-old Kayla Hamilton in Harford County. After the murder, Aberdeen police quickly identified Martinez as the main suspect. According to charging documents, Martinez was an MS-13 gang member who entered the country illegally as an unaccompanied minor. As police investigated Kayla's murder, Child Protective Services took custody of Martinez. Project Baltimore reported last week, police told CPS Martinez was dangerous and should be isolated. Instead, he was placed in the children's home, where he was assigned to Studevant. And she tells Fox 45 she was not informed of Martinez's past.
We don't have security there to protect us. If a murderer comes in and he wants to kill, he can do it.
At one point during his stay, Studevant told Fox 45 she took Walter to the dentist. For over an hour, he sat in the back seat as she drove. He could have hurt you.
He sure could. He sure could have. I do not think that you should have accepted him into the children's home. That was very risky, and they need to thank their lucky stars that this young man didn't strike again.
It was also while at the children's home that Project Baltimore has now uncovered Martinez enrolled as a student at Lansdowne High School.
He shouldn't have been enrolled in school. I have children. I don't want them sitting next to a murderer in school.
So how dangerous is Martinez? In August, he was convicted of murdering Kayla and sentenced to 70 years in prison. Project Baltimore has also learned when Martinez was in jail, he wrote a letter to a pastor in El Salvador, which was intercepted by authorities.
Wow.
I did.
In the letter, according to Harford County State's Attorney Allison Healy, Martinez admits to murdering 4 people and raping 2,
Wow.
which Healy believes
Look at that.
includes
Look at
Kayla.
If I were to make an educated guess at it, I would say that the other 3 were in El Salvador, but I don't know that to be a fact.
In a statement to Fox 45, the children's home said it cannot comment on matters dealing with their youth and to contact the Department of Human Services, which oversees CPS, if we have questions about Martinez. So we did, and DHS replied, "We are unable to disclose information about child welfare cases."
I don't think that he should have ever been outside at all.
He should never have been in there, never was vetted.
You know what I'm saying?
What was illegal?
Once they're
Let me
already
see.
engaged with, say for
We got
instance,
that
when
though.
officers engaged with this guy, for him to stop what he's doing with him to come and chase you down, that's
1018.
That's so crazy.
They cannot do that.
And the police did that.
Yes.
Wait, so what did you say to the cop who said that to him?
I told him that and he started
Let
laughing.
me see.
Like, the county that I'm at is crooked. Like, they're crooked as fuck.
They're corrupt. They're getting
Yeah,
corrupted.
bro. They beat the shit out of me. Like, they fucked me up so bad that, like, my wrists were twice the size of what they are now. I had, like, a slight brain injury and they still
No, they did me so bad. No, I'm telling them like you trying to George Floyd the motherfucker.
Were you resisting or anything?
I wasn't resistant, but actually,
You wasn't resistant?
the law states, bro, you know what I'm saying, that you have,
Man, that's what
Lord,
they
they
got me
talking
on,
about
resisting
everything.
oppression.
Hey,
And I'm
y'all.
like, y'all
Let me
pulled
get back
out the
this.
car.
you can really
Been at the
see
airport all night, slept here and everything. This is terrible.
anytime that an officer makes an illegal arrest, that becomes an assault and battery from that moment. So if he didn't have no reason to fuck with you, or she didn't have no reason to do none of that shit, and they tried to arrest you, when they put those cuffs on you,
The federal government just admitted that child sex trafficking in the United States has tripled under the Biden-Harris administration. The data was turned over by the Department of Health and Human Services after a Freedom of Information Act request. It's based on the number of children who escape sex trafficking and then self-report their abuse. So it doesn't even take into account any of the 325,000 migrant children who are still missing under Kamala and Joe. Jack, thank you so much for joining me this evening, brother. I appreciate you. What are your thoughts on this? Tripled. Sex trafficking has tripled underneath Joe and Kamala Harris.
It's so unfortunate, man, but I tell you, it doesn't surprise me. Earlier this year, I did a trip to Guatemala, and I coming from that Central American region, and heard the stories of all these women whose husbands have
Honey,
left,
it's always the
people
church.
migrating through, they're hearing all of this come to America, you can get across, so it doesn't surprise me because these families are being ravaged. These military-aged men are making more money than they've ever made in their lives by trafficking children. So it's really become an enterprise, and it's truly sad. Out of Mexico, and they have different business lines. They run illegal activities, so they sell dope, they traffic children.
The federal government just admitted that child sex trafficking in the United States has tripled under the Biden-Harris administration. The data was turned over by the Department of Health and Human Services after a Freedom of Information Act request. It's based on the number of children who escape sex trafficking and then self-report their abuse. So it doesn't even take into account any of the 325,000 migrant children who are still missing under Kamala and Joe. Jack, thank you so much for joining me this evening, brother.
Let me see, this October 18th. I need to put this with human trafficking. Hold on, y'all. I want to keep this for my human trafficking.
Nice meeting you too. Nice talking to y'all. Great people. Nice meeting you. All right, buddy. All right.
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, I just got emailed. They changed this flight to Detroit to gate 82.
What? Back again?
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh shoot! Well, Danye, I gotta finish my thing. So.
Yeah, I think I still got it. Yeah, 82.
Damn, this is ridiculous. But I gotta finish my line, so I'll be over there.
You still need this? My luggage.
Yeah, cause my thing, you can't. Well, go ahead. I'll figure it out.
I was just gonna let you keep it.
Okay. I'm almost finished. Oh, here we go. This is the one. This is a good one right here. I'm actually gonna keep this.
That Latinos want open borders. We want a secure border like all Americans. And we know what it leads to. Eduardo, the producer of Sound of Freedom, he has so much first-hand experience. So Eduardo, why don't you tell us about the movie and what we're facing with the immigration that the president's talking about?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, President, for your time. My name is Eduardo Verástegui, and I am very grateful to this nation for opening the door to my dreams. This nation has been such an amazing blessing in my life. God bless America. God bless Mexico, and God bless Hispanic America. And let's make America and Mexico and Hispanic America great again. Together, pro-life again, healthy again, and free again. I met these heroes 10 years ago in Los Angeles, California. Ex-Navy SEALs, ex-CIA agents, and they traveled around the world undercover rescuing children. And when they told me in details what they do and how they rescue these children, my eyes were open. And I said, I'm a filmmaker, I wanna make a movie about this, because the first step to eradicate child trafficking is to raise awareness. Because if you don't know that this problem exists, how you can fix it? So I made a promise to God that I will dedicate my entire life to end child trafficking. To end child trafficking. Because God's children are not for sale. Children are sacred. And I am very grateful with you, Mr. President. Dear amigo, dear hermano. because of you hosting a private screening in your house, because of you endorsing Sound of Freedom.
Yes.
After that, Sound of Freedom became an independent film in box office ever in history, produced by a Mexican producer. Thank you for that. Thank you for the incredible hard work you're doing. Thank you for putting the children first. And that's why it's so important is for all the media, for all Mexican Americans, Hispanic Americans, to vote for President Trump. And I know we will win for the third time. For the third time. Yes.
I wanna keep this for to play again. Dang, did I move my human trafficking? Hold on, I gotta keep this. Hold on, y'all. Huh?
This is retarded. These folks don't know what they want to do.
What, they sent you back? Are you sure?
Yeah.
So my son coming back?
If he knows about it.
If he's paying attention to it.
What did you tell him?
I ain't seen him.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what time. Oh, I still got time. Let me go to. I done broke my charging thing. Okay, y'all. Let me get to this next video. Let me unsend that because that might not even be true. Just give me a few minutes.
How did they change that fast? And I seen you get up.
Yeah. That's because I got the text saying, hey,
Yeah, but you see, I start.
882, and then on the way there, I got the
Can you fix this?
What?
Because I pulled it. Oh no, I must have fixed it. I must have fixed it.
What, you need me to plug it in?
No, I had pulled the cap off. Oh, I'm almost finished. I'm looking for it. But one thing about it, I was able to go live.
Right. Oh, you've been live for a minute too.
I'm looking for this. Let me see how long. Let's see this.
What's going on. Some of them might be old enough to understand what's going on, but I can tell you the immigration process is a complicated legal system. Now, I remember in this committee when we were voting on, I think it was H, if I recall correctly, Mr. Magaziner offered an amendment to that bill that would have provided funding for legal representation for kids in these circumstances, and that was voted down and it has not been included. So I hope that's one of those things that we can revisit as we move forward with this. And I'll say this as well. I think that one of the things that we really need to do is make sure that well, I'll say it this way. I read in the testimony
two statements, well, multiple statements actually, about the harvesting of organs from children. And that was news to me. When I looked for footnotes and references and citations to support those claims, I didn't see them. So I'll say you'll have a chance to testify about those when your time comes. But those are very.
And those operations, although similar to cartel operations, were not nearly as organized or incredibly well funded, but they operated independently of the cartels in many hundreds of factions across the country. And what America has to understand right now is that the cartel operations now operate across the entire United States, and their pipelines continue through Central America and Mexico, across our southern border, into our major cities. I have reports of entire buildings held by cartels, old hotels and apartment complexes. The cartels are buying for cash, taking possession of for cash. They're running their operations out of there. Not one, but several buildings like that.
Mexico, are there any you're pointing to in the United States? Not that that makes it better, but I just want to make sure we know what we're talking about here.
You are correct. You had mentioned that there were no footnotes. I was not going to put a incarcerated cartel member's information out there, but that would be the footnote. However, they were harvested for buyers that were in the U.S. looking for those organs.
For footnotes, what I mean in that instance would be, for example, if there are cases that have been brought to prosecute, you could cite those. But but the fact that I just want to nail down they're not in the United States. Mr. Carroll, you made an allegation about organ harvesting as well. Are you saying that's taking place in the United States or somewhere else?
In my documentary, I interviewed multiple people.
Please give me the quick answer.
Yes, it's happening in America, and to deny that is...
I'm not asking you to deny it, but have any charge?
Well, hold on, let me put that down. You bought you a cover. That was smart.
Yeah, I got two. Got one in here too. Be cold on the plane.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your name? Emma. I'm Tori. Who is that you got tatted?
Oh, it's just an anime guy.
Which one?
It's called Jujutsu Kaisen.
I've heard of that one. I've never watched it though.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met the voice actor, so it's fun.
Oh yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I was real big on Bleach for a while. Yeah. When I was younger, I used to watch like Inuyasha. There's another one I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a
like some type I'm gonna have to make one.
Y'all don't mess with One Piece?
One Piece is hard. I fuck with One Piece. Hey, Black Clover.
No, I ain't heard of that.
I had wait a minute, y'all. I had organ
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Because I want to talk about that.
You know what's a really good one? It's long, but Attack on Titan.
I
heard of that,
but I
It's
can't
such
get
a good
into
one.
it.
You literally just have to watch like 2 episodes and you'll be done.
Yeah.
You need to see?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna sit there?
Put it over here.
These are my Minecraft flowers.
All right, we're going to end right here. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Hit that like button, y'all. All right, we about to be bored in a minute because I got to go back. I lost my information, so I'm just going to end it. See y'all later.
I'm gonna get my grandma name.